Streaming to you live from the Interspace Void. It's the Overbound Show. I am, of course, your host, Overbound. Thank you all for being here. Dr. Agnes, yes. You guys like that thumbnail? I thought it was pretty funny. I was laughing about it anyway. Hey, Score Bunny, what up? Thanks for coming. Got a lot to go over today. We'll see how far we get. I'm actually feeling a little under the weather, but it should be a good stream nonetheless. Hey, how do you say it? Akia? What's up, Akia? Thanks for coming. We're going to go over some No More Robots updates. We're going to go over some GameFAQs special updates. Going to talk about shorts a little bit and some of the videos I've been releasing over the holiday season. We're going to talk about No More Robots, Time Twisted, Sonic Time Twisted, and how we want to implement the homing shield. So that'll be a thing as well. And then we've got a community showcase with some new art from Clone, and some new music from Clone, Meh, and Tail CD. So we're gonna get into all that right now. We'll start off with No More Robots updates. The first thing I want to say is, you all know that Mercury had been working on like talk bubbles. How do you say that? Like communication bubbles for like NPCs. And it sounds like that's going pretty well. Trying to get him to implement it almost exactly how it's implemented in Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. So it sounds like he's made some progress in that regard, so I'm happy about that. And then as far as my contributions to No More Robots, I've been redoing the animation for all the swings. So I did like a couple years ago, I did like rough sketches, or they're not sketches, they're Illustrator drawings, I guess you would call them. But they're vectors in Illustrator, and so a couple of years ago, and so on and so forth, I've been doing sort of high-res sprites in there, and So now but the plan was to always redo them because they were kind of, you know, rough. And I wanted to make sure I knew what was going to work before I finalized them. So now I've got some finalized sprites, or at least more finalized. I can always tweak them more, but I'm going to go ahead and show you those right now. Hey, Mathis, thanks for joining. Yeah, so this is going to be just a new swing sprite for No More Robots. I have to do it in a couple different directions still, but you can see here. Really, what makes this different than the original is the character is throwing a lot more weight behind his swing. I also cut it from 6 frames to 5 frames because the animation looks better that way, I feel like. So yeah, you can see that. Took me a while to get this together. You know, it's 5 frames, and of course I was doing other things too, but happy with how this turned out. So now I'm working on the swing in the upward direction. What makes these tricky is the trail and the sword position is actually the same for each direction of the sprite. So going up, I have to rotate the swing, the sword itself and the trail by, you know, 90 degrees for up, and then I have to design a new swing sprite around that, and that gives a very consistent hitbox for your swing going in the up direction, or left, or like horizontal, or you know, in between, diagonal. No, Time Twisted 2 does not launch today, but we're going to talk about Time Twisted 2.0. It's not Time Twisted 2, it's 2.0. Anyway, so that's kind of where we're at with No More Robots. Now let's get into Game Facts Special. It might be a quick one today. Yeah, as I said. So this isn't Game Facts Special. We'll go over this in a minute. But let me pull up Game Facts Special. I thought I had it up here, but I guess not. Kill this for a minute. And get Game Facts Special. Alrighty. So here we've got Game Facts Special. Yeah, so what's been going on with the channel? So lately, I've been doing these shorter videos. We've got this Sonic 2 Lost Character episode, which did pretty well. Got us 4,500 views, basically. This Sonic 2 soundtrack one got 3,000, so that's pretty good for the channel. It's no 72,000, of course, like this time travel video got, but it's not bad. And the channel's been growing subs every day, so the channel's doing pretty good. I've been cutting these videos up into actually sideways shorts. The sideways shorts seem to be performing really well. And I also did this Sonic Adventure Saturn short, which you can see here. Yeah, we'll probably do a video on this at some point, a full video. But yeah, so overall the channel's been doing pretty good. We can go in and look at the statistics of it all here real quick. So we've got 2 more subs than the last time I looked, so that's good. We're getting a lot of views. If you look here in the past few days, we're getting a lot of views on shorts. And shorts are a good strategy. Just keep uploading them. You'll get, you know, a couple thousand views and they die off. That's at least how it is for me. Sometimes I only get a couple hundred or even 50, but it's usually worth it. You can see this last one got 170, but before that, this one got 427. And that one got, but if you go back further, you can see here, had some really big shorts lately. And they netted me like, you know, 10, 20 subs a piece. So that's pretty good. You know, just uploading shorts every day is just a great way to grow your channel. You have to be careful how you do it because you want to make sure your short content is very similar to your long form content so that it entices viewers onto your long form content, unless you're just trying to be a shorts channel. But it's working really well for me. And actually, if we go into content here, you can see all the subs I've gotten lately from it. Let's see here. like 14 that day, 9 that day, 3, so on and so forth. These are all the different days I've been uploading shorts. So that's pretty good. On the channel itself, as far as like new videos coming out and stuff, I have 2 scripts now. The Sonic 2 script turned out to be about 16,000 words. So that's going to be like an 80-90 minute episode of Game Facts Special. And that's currently being voiced and edited at the moment. It's being voiced by Andre and, it's being edited by Andre and voiced by McJen as always. So that will be great. And I'm really looking forward to that coming out. Hey, Tail CD, thanks for coming. Got some of your stuff to look at, don't we? Yeah, so the other thing I wanted to kind of show as shorts is just how valuable they are uploading. You can see way back when I actually deleted a lot of the shorts off here because, truth be told, I would upload the same short over and over again to get more views. One of my best performing shorts is actually this Shrek short here. See if I can find an earlier iteration. I don't see one. I think this is it. And all it is it's a couple of mods running in Dolphin and the demo of it running in Dolphin. But it has Sonic, so it netted me, I don't know how many subs I got from this short uploading it maybe several times. But oh, this isn't even the right one, but it's similar. But you can see it's just all it is, everybody dies. The other one's a little bit better, but it's very similar to this. It's just in the water zone. I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's not going to come up. But yeah, so just experiment with shorts is what I'm getting at, and uploading them every day. Sometimes they work, sometimes they get you like no views, but just keep trying, and it's really worth it, especially since they don't take long to make. I pretty much just like cut up my existing episodes and re-release my shorts over and over again, and I net subscribers from it every time, almost. So really worth doing if you're trying to start a channel. Just kind of wanted to bring that up as a tip for YouTube. And yes, Dreamcasted Dev, what's up, man? Thanks for coming. And yes, we're working on Time Twisted 2.0. It's a community effort, so if you've got some skills, you can get involved. If you want, you can just join the Discord. There's a link in the description. And yeah, the last thing I want to say on Game Facts Special is we've got 3 member videos right now, with a 4th coming. Just whenever I upload it, we have yet to get a single member. So I think what I'm going to do is, if you happen to be the first person to sign up as a member of Game Facts Special for a month, then you can choose an episode. You can choose a topic for an episode within reason, right? Like, it's still got to be video game and probably nothing mature or anything like that. And of course, there's got to be enough to do a whole episode on. But whoever that first person is that joins Game Facts Special, I think that's what we'll do to make it kind of a special thing. You'll get to choose an episode. Then on top of that, you also get access to the members section of my Bound to Discord server, where I do talk a little bit more about No More Robots and Game Facts Special and stuff. So something to think about if you can afford it. All right. Next on the list, I want to showcase a couple different channels. So first, we're going to look at Beyond the Nexus. This channel is by the editor of Game Facts Special. And they have a great episode on here on MOBAs. If you guys are familiar with League of Legends. Yeah, I'm actually going to let this play a little
The
bit.
MOBA race. The Before delving deeper into the epic tale of League of Legends and its remarkable ascent,
Great
it's crucial to
edited video.
understand the backdrop
Got a
of the
ton of
tumultuous
content
MOBA race.
as far as
a
how
narrative that not only
MOBAs
shaped
came
the
to
gaming
be, starting
landscape,
with
but also
StarCraft,
became a
going
symbol of
through
competitive
Warcraft,
gaming's
and this is only
meteoric
part one, so
rise.
In
definitely give this
2001,
channel a
an inventive
subscribe
modder,
if
Nicholas
you
Gunnar Forever.
think that's interesting. And it's got a style a little bit similar to GameFAQ Special because Andre really helped define the look and feel of the channel, GameFAQ Special. That's the first channel I wanted to promote, and I put it in the description of the video, so you can check that out. The other one is SideQuestion Game Gentleman, and we've talked about him a couple times, but I want to highlight him again today because it's got some great new videos out. This Clone Wars video, I really enjoyed watching that again, or watching this. I watch the Clone Wars like, maybe not every week, but quite frequently because I so much like the animation in this show, and it really inspires me. And if you look at what I'm doing with that animation again, it's actually kind of inspired. Obviously, he's a smaller robot, kind of a Sonic-sized robot, but really inspired by the Clone Wars. Yeah. And of course, he's got this cool Mario Kart video. And he's got older videos about Mega Man and stuff too. And another one of my favorite games, Star Wars Jedi Knight, which I used to play online. Battleground Jedi, no Force Sabers, a lot. I love that game. It's dead now though. It's a very old game. Yeah, so that is kind of what I want to go over there as far as GameFAQ Special goes, and kind of highlighting a couple channels. I think we'll highlight channels from now on. Not like every episode, but like frequently. I want to highlight Willie's channel at some point. Yeah. I'm Brazilian, that makes sense. I think that's it. Yeah, there are a lot of Brazilians, man. That's pretty sweet. Probably found it through Kane, so shout out to Kane for Kane TV for being such an advocate for Sonic Time Twisted. Hopefully he tries that 2.0. Yeah. And Dreamcast Dev says, I played Triple Trouble 2.0 to completion, and it was great. Let's Noah's game, and I agree, it's very good. I also have fun with Sonic Blast 16-bit. Okay, that one looks pretty cool too. Based on Sonic G or Sonic Blast. Yeah, great. Alright. There we go. It might be an interest to you. Most of this stuff is for my girlfriend, which is real person. A little Sonic, any of you guys got one of these? I haven't opened it yet, but it has a nice pop, and I've seen some other ones, and they shoot pretty far, so I'm excited about that. Check out the art on there. Oh, it's kind of hard to see, but yeah, I like it. There's different versions you can collect on that. Yeah, Sonic and Sonic with a gun. Do you guys know about these? You can see the green parts of this, but it's the shape of that. And actually, I haven't Oops, I probably have an echo. Sorry. Sorry about the echo. All right, so I got these little Christmas characters from my girlfriend as well. You can see this is Amy here. She's got like a little Christmas dress on. Got Knuckles with the hat. They're all classic designs, right? They're all classic, yeah. Pretty cool. And Tails here, he's wearing like antlers. I don't know if I'll actually take him out of the boxers or not. Dr. Eggman. Right? Classic design. Yeah, it does kind of look like the suit, huh? And then of course, of course his eyes are gone, but still Sonic. But then, and so you see on the back here, they show all these characters, and it's like, oh, you got all these classic characters, and then you got Shadow. Like, what? And so, yeah, I do have Shadow. And let's compare him to Sonic here. His proportions aren't at all the same. And they randomly give him a modern Sonic, right? And he's labeled like he's for Christmas and goes with the rest of the collection. But there's nothing about him that's Christmas at all. And his head is like half the size of Sonic's. It's kind of hilarious. And so he has no Christmas, but I don't know if you can see this, but he's actually like what they did, they just made him, they put glitter in him. So he's like, I don't know how much you can tell on the camera, but he's literally got like black and then there's like silver glitter in his skin. It's pretty dumb. It's really dumb. So I really like the rest of these, but this Shadow one, freaking stupid. Like what? Whose idea was this? They should have just left him out. It totally makes sense though from a marketing perspective though, because they like probably have this sheet and they're like, oh, here are all the Sonic characters that are popular. We'll go down this list. Oh, we gotta have Shadow, and they're like, well, what do we do with this? Maybe they should just make an official like classic Shadow. I think that would actually like sell a lot of merch. I bet if they just like straight up were like, we're just gonna make a classic Shadow, not canon or anything, we're just making it. People would flip. I wouldn't care, but people would. Wasn't Shadow leaked in the Superstars information? I have no idea about that. No idea on that. Yeah, so that's kind of what I got for Christmas. Okay, so now I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch to time twisted. So we're gonna test out the homing shield. We might have to do this twice. I might have to wait till not this Saturday, but next Saturday, and we'll go over this again. Because it seems like overall less people are here. Like, and maybe it's because I'm doing it on a weird time. So maybe like we'll just kind of, yeah. A lot of people I was hoping were gonna be here aren't here because like to go over time twisted stuff and things. But I think what I'll do is I'll demo it and then we will talk about it a little bit and we'll go from there into the community showcase. So Yaden has agreed to do this Amy sprite. It sounds like that we had a little miscommunication on there, a little bit of my bad on that, but it sounds like Yaden's going to do the the Amy sprite, at least part of it. So like even if he only did like the walk animation or something, that would be super helpful. Like obviously I can wrap up anything that isn't done, but that obviously cuts into my time working on other things. Yeah, good to see you, Blue. It's all good. I think this was probably a bad time to do it, but I wanted to experiment with the different times, right? So I think we'll go back to Saturdays. Not this Saturday. I'm probably not going to do it again unless I get a whim where I feel like it. But I think we'll go back to like maybe 3 o'clock on Saturdays or something. I think that worked pretty well. I think everybody like in Europe was able to come, and then everybody in America was able to come. the Americas, I should say, not just how America or U.S. has that like calls themselves America. Um, yeah. So as far as other than that, we have I mean we finalized the drop dash and the 4x3 mode, so that's great. I think we have like one little bug I gotta add fixing the drop dash. But other than that, we're good. Hey Winoza, and good to see you. I thought somebody else came, but no. um yeah, Sega Steven's been killing it on the CD sprites. Or it's just not with it today. Uh Sega Steven has been killing it with the animation sprites. Let me actually see if I can pull one up here real quick. It's not really fair to him that I haven't shown any of his work and he's been doing so good with it. So let me see if I can just grab something here and show a couple things. Oh, where are you? Sega Steven. My guy changed his name or something? Where the heck is he? Oh, there he is. How do I save this? Save image. All right, I'll just put it in the showcase with clone stuff. All right, we'll go over clone sprites real quick, and then we got one thing from Time Twisted to see. Yeah. It kind of ruins the community showcase, so I'll probably show his stuff again. But let's go ahead and do it. So here's a new frame from Clone. New logo. I think it's a rework of one we've seen before, but somewhat new. And I cannot grab onto this stupid thing. Okay, there. Yeah, it's somewhat new. I think reworked a little bit. It looks really nice. I like it. Here's another one. Shrink this down a little so I'm not. What's that say? I can't read what that says though. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Clippy. Dupli mix. Dupli mix. Sonic 2. Oh. Lim mix. Oplimic. Okay, got a Sonic new Sonic sprite next to Sonic 3. Cool. Looks nice. Got a running animation. That's a nice running animation. Looking good there. And Pencil Man reminds me of Woody, Wild Woody on the Sega Genesis, if you know what that is. What? You were supposed to show my other picture. Try it again. There we go. All right, so this is the Sonic rolling animation from Sega Steven. Freaking these cutscenes are gonna be lit with this kind of art. Just need to convince D Light-Years to do the background for that one past cutscene, the first past cutscene. Other than that, this is looking pretty sweet, and Sega Steven has a lot of animations like this, so it's gonna be pretty lit. Pretty lit. Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at with Clone Showcase. Got some music, and we'll go over the music as well. And maybe I can show more art when we're showing up when I'm doing the music. But for now, we'll call it there. So let's go ahead, and I'm gonna run. I'm gonna demo the homing shield now. And it's a little rough. It's rough because I really don't know what to do with it, honestly. And that's where I'm looking for input from all you. Please. Yeah, so just let this build for a second here and it'll pop up and we'll get going on it. I suppose in the meantime we could listen to a couple beats. Well, I actually don't have music on. I thought I did. And the music killed it. But let's listen to a couple beats here while we're... So this one's from Clone as well. It's called Atomic Waste. I think it's an update from something we listened to it with already. Well, it was supposed to be kind of loud. But let's see. Yeah, okay. Hey, Noah, thanks for showing up, man. Haven't seen you chat in one of my chats. At least not that I remember. I should have been here earlier, man. Zabak was trying to get in my house again. Oh, man. Broke a couple of his fingers. I hope he don't come back now. I think that'd be enough, but he still thinks he wants to be my friend. I don't know what to do. Probably. Oh, don't worry about it. You know, everybody's learning. Everybody's at their own, going at their own pace. That's kind of what the Bounty game dev community is supposed to be about. You know, no shame. Everybody's trying their best. So let's see here. So let's look at this homing tag. Now, one thing I'm not sure about. My mic isn't. I can't tell if my mic is weird. I don't. Yeah, I gotta do something. It's probably echoing. There's got to be a setting in OBS somewhere, because like I'm capturing my desktop audio, but I'm also capturing my mic audio. Right. Yeah, I gotta fix that at some point. For now, I guess it'll echo a little. So we're going to try out the homing shield. Oh, that's no good. Didn't have it all messed up like that. There we go. We're going to try out the homing shield. And like I said, I don't really know what to do with this thing. That's not to say I don't want to add it into the game. It's just to say that echo fits with your background. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It's not a background, Noah. It's the interspace void, man. It's where I live. Or at least somewhere I can get to from my house. Okay. So here it is. And don't ignore the shield, okay? I was trying something with the shield. No. In fact, I'll show you what we're going to do for the shield in a minute. So what I was thinking is like a matrix effect where it's like dropping down like digital codes, like, you know, ones and zeros, but it really didn't turn out that way. So if I was to redo this version of it, I think what I'd do is just have like 4 or 5 pixels dropping down randomly at a time, and it would just kind of be more of like a green circle, like the bubble shield from Sonic 3. But yeah, I'm not going with this direction. This is basically like the original Sonic shield with a Sonic 2 shield with a weird overlay on it. But what we're going to end up doing is more of like a polygon effect. I'll show you in a minute. So this shield, it does work. Like I can come up here, right? Boom. Schooled them. Here's my problem. So all the other shields. So first of all, what happens when you double jump? So let's define the problem. What happens when you double jump and there's no enemy in range? So I think in Sonic 3D Blast, and correct me if I'm wrong, Noah, but I think in Triple Trouble 16-bit, nothing happens really. I think you can use your drop dash, right? Now, I don't. Maybe that's the best option, but I don't know if I want to go with that or not. So I started trying to think of other options, and one thing that was popping into my head was Sonic 4, and how basically when you do a homing attack and there's nothing around, you do just a little lurch forward like that. And so that's kind of what I implemented. It's about half the it's 4. You're going at V speed or horizontal speed of 4. And it's about half, which is half the size of the flame shield dash. Okay, so the flame shield dash is 8, and this is 4. It's not very useful, but it at least gives you some kind of like, hey, you pressed it and it does something, as opposed to it not doing anything and you doing the drop dash and you may be thinking it's a regular shield is what I was concerned about, not realizing it's a homing shield. So there's that. So there's the question of what do we do if you don't hit an enemy? Correct. Nothing in Triple Trouble 16-bit happens without a target. Okay. I thought a jump dash would feel too modern for my very Genesis game. Do the drop dash. Well, the drop dash happens. So here's something you should know about Time Twisted. The way the drop dash is implemented, you can actually do a drop dash after your shield attacks, right? So like if I had the flame shield right now, I would shoot off in a direction just like I do with this, but it would look more fancy, right? Because it would be the flame shield. And then I would spin. I would be able to do the drop dash spin. So that's why this is a question for this shield, is because you are doing the drop dash already, but should we have something in between where you do a little jolt forward like Sonic 4, or there's also that uncurl move from Sonic Advance we could do. There's options there. You definitely had people who thought it was a regular shield, the gold shield. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. And I think, and I, of course, no offense when I say this, but I think it'll help that it's a polygon instead of a gold shield, because the gold shield looks a little bit more normal. Just like a standard shield than like a wireframe polygon, which I'll kind of show you what I'm going to go for in a minute. I think you've already seen it, Noah, but for everybody else. So yeah, there's that. What was the other question? So there's a question of what to do for a second attack. I guess the other question is, should it have... Oh, there's a couple more questions. One of them is, in Sonic Adventure, you can... and this is actually a question for you, Noah, because I'm not sure. I don't know your code base well enough. Can you drop dash 2 enemies in a row in Triple Trouble 16-bit? So if I have 2 enemies on screen, and you're all familiar with the chain home shield. Did I say drop dash? Can you home on 2 enemies in a row without touching the ground? Why is the... Noah asks, and I should pop the chat up here. It'll be better. Noah asks, why is the digital, or why is the homing shield digital? Okay, so that's a good question. The homing shield is digital because all the shields are elemental, and I'm out of elements. So the closest thing I could think of to an element is like the human element or the digital element, right? And so on top of that, it kind of fits with the theme of a homing shield because computers are often used as targeting systems, right? So that's kind of why it's a digital shield. Let me look at the chat. Yeah, Tail CD says it's a cool idea. Thanks. Yeah, the gold shield. That's right. That's right. In Sonic 3D Blast, it's a gold shield as well, so that makes a lot of sense. There's two questions left. First of all, what should happen? All right, there's three questions. I'm going to put them in the chat. What should happen when we I think I can actually open a Q&A about this. What should happen when we trigger a homing attack but no enemy is near? So there's one question, right? The second question is, I guess I'll just enter it. Nobody, okay, this Q&A thing isn't working out, so I'll just put it in the chat. The second question, nobody type in the chat, so I get this out. Please. I won't be that mad. Hey sis, glad you're here. The second question is, should you be able to home on two enemies and thus chaining homing attacks like modern games? And the third question is, should the shield have a passive ability? Like I said, I was hoping I was really hoping Alex would be here, honestly. But he's not. That's all right. But I was really hoping we could get this solved tonight. We might not get to, but at least we have the questions here, right? So we need to know what happens when you dash. I'm kind of in fan of doing the Sonic 4 thing, which is the little dash. Why am I not little dashing right now? That's weird. Huh. Did I deactivate it somehow? It feels different. But whatever, it doesn't matter. When you say chaining, you mean like, yeah, getting it. So like in modern games, like you got three enemies in a row here, right? So like I'm Sonic right here. My fist is Sonic, and I got my three enemies. So I go, hup, 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 right? Like everybody knows that. So my question is that a thing? Well, I guess is that a thing in Triple Trouble 16-bit, and should it be a thing in Time Twisted? Or the alternative would just be, as with most shield moves, you can only use them once. So I can't, like the air dash with the flame shield, right? I can't go. Be awesome if you could, but I think that would be a little too far. So the alternative would be you could only home in on one enemy, and then you would just have to land or something before you got a chance to shoot at one. So yeah, this is your guys' chance. You see the three questions up there. If you have suggestions, like Sonic Roboblast 2. So Sonic Roboblast 2, if I remember right, maybe it's changed, but it didn't have a homing attack on by default that I remember. I think the homing, okay, yeah, that one I read. And this one, like, when you target, Tail CD says, when you target multiple, and then when the buttons press, Sonic goes for them all. Oh, so I don't think there's going to be like a targeting reticle. Reticle. That feels very modern to me, at least outside of an enemy. So I don't think we're going to have that. I think you'll just target one enemy at a time. You think it would be frustrating if it was one-time use? Okay. Is multi-use? Yeah, I was trying to play it to grab the shield, but I don't know the game that well because I only played through it all the way once. So... Same problem with Time Twist. I don't even remember anything in it anymore either. Yeah, I think that's it for the questions. So the other thing I was going to do is I was going to go over issues, but I think I'm going to save that for not this Saturday, but next Saturday. Hopefully Alex will be able to attend then. And it'd be good if Gene was here as well. But glad the rest of you showed up, of course. But I think we'll save going over Git issues until next Saturday. So I think you're right, Noah. I think we will keep the multi-use. I'm not sure if it's multi-use right now, honestly. I have to check because I didn't I obviously. So for those of you who don't know, Noah was kind enough to let us use his homing shield code, and so I implemented it in Time Twisted. But I had to basically take it apart and put it back together. And so I'm not actually sure if I can home twice on things or not. And I'll probably have to set up some enemies in such a way that I get a chance to, because I haven't had many chances. Sometimes I hit the enemy twice. I'm like, did I home on that enemy or did I just ricochet off and hit it? I can't really tell sometimes. But yeah, I'll have to. Why does it sound? Why does it, when you lose the slot machine in Time Twisted, sound like a MIDI guitar? I don't even remember. Isn't it just a sound effect from Sonic 2? I think it's just a Sonic 2 sound effect or something, or maybe from Sonic 3. Yeah, I don't remember. Sorry. Yeah, so I guess that's it, guys. We can just do the community showcase real quick and call it a day. Call it a stream. Timer flashing at 10 minutes. Yeah, you don't time out in Time Twisted. There is a gold shield at the right at the start of. Yeah, I think that's the one I was getting. But I only did it a couple times and I kept losing it. Okay, so let's go over the rest of this music. Feel Time Twisted here. If you have any more thoughts on the way that shield should work, let me know. We'll probably cover it again next week, get some more opinions on it. My feeling right now is we're definitely doing the multi-hit homing attack, and I'm leaning towards the Sonic 4 short dash when you don't find an enemy. As far as a passive ability, we can talk about that more next week, because Alex actually has a bunch of requests or feature requests for Time Twisted, and one of them is more passive abilities for the shields. So that'll be cool. We can go over that. All right. So this is by Clone as well. It's called Roll Out. I think we heard a version of this last week, if I remember right. Homing shield be like Sonic 4, Sonic Global Blast 2, or Triple Trouble 16, but I don't know the difference between all of them. The truth is, I only really know 1, 2, 3, CD, and Knuckles very well. I don't know Mania very well, and there are no fan games that I know that well. Oh, that's a chill song, though. I think these are mostly covers. So this is by Meh. It's Mario's Raceway. He's got a bunch of long ones, so we might not listen to them all the way through. But yeah, okay, this sounds familiar. I wonder what it's in OGG format. I wonder what he's using to make these. Kind of sounds Genesis. Do you think it's like all Genesis? I can't really tell. Yeah, I mean, OGG is like almost as common as MP3, so that doesn't really tell us much. FL Studio? FL Studio? That's cool. I got FL Studio. Yeah, that's cool. Well, let's move on. Here's a Spider Fight. Also by me. Yours is... Noah says we sound mostly Genesis accurate. That's cool. Okay. Cool. This is chill. This sounds definitely like Genesis music. Kind of reminds me of Gems a little bit. This has got to be from something, I think. It's called Spider Fight, but I don't know what game it's from, but I bet you it's from a game. Undertale music, is that what this is? I feel like so it's probably new versions of music we already listened to. I think it's like, tweaks and things like that. Did you guys like that thumbnail? I was like trying to be as dumb as I could be on it, but I think I'll go back to the old one, which is kind of like that angry. Alright, let's try Labyrinth Zone from this is Labyrinth from Sonic Robo Blast 2. I remember this song. It's got some nostalgia for me. Oh man, this cover is really doing it right. Hearing that Blade Runner music, almost. Man, I don't know if you guys know Tales of the Jedi. It's like basically a Clone Wars like sequel series kind of, but not set afterwards, just kind of like integral, I guess you could call it. But there's this one scene where like Dooku's flying, and I can't remember, he's like about to kill somebody. I won't say who because I'm not trying to spoil it, but it's kind of an important character in Star Wars. Not super important, but kind of. Yeah, a more important glove shido, you might say. And he's just flying in his ship, and just the soundtrack that what's that guy's name? It's like Kevin Kiner or something plays. Sounds so Blade Runner-y, and it's just the mood on it. Like he's like just like feeling like he has to do what he has to do, like, and be dark and whatever to get what he wants, but like just that music as it hits and he's going to kill somebody, basically. Somebody he doesn't really want to kill, but he's going to, basically. It's pretty awesome episode. Deep Sea. It's labeled Labyrinth. Yeah, but Deep Sea, yeah, that is what it's called, isn't it? So let's check out this song, also by Matt. Ooh, I like this one. What's it saying? By Matt. This song, the song that might play when you fight there's something more, but I can't read it. When you fight a hedgehog. Okay. More Undertale. People really seem to like that Undertale music. And then after this, we got one more by KOCD. The only one that showed up. Thank you, Manosa. The I would like some. That's how you say it, right? Yeah, if you haven't, please hit that like button. Please hit the like button. And there's a loop button. Hit that too. Hit the loop button. Just change it on skipping ahead. Okay, I'm going to pause for dramatic effect. This last song is by KLCD, and it's called Genesis Boss Music Thing. Classic title. Opens with a couple farts. I like it. Then it gets pounded. So it reminded those that wasn't me, by the way. I did not fart. Just to be clear. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I'll even do it again. Start it over. We did. That's not me. Like, I can't do it on command. That's not me. Just to be clear, everybody. Okay. No, it's cool. Like, it actually reminds, like, that sound, it reminds me, jokes aside, it reminds me of Echo the Dolphin, like that really sinister soundtrack from Echo the Dolphin. So, yeah, I think you're on the right track. Plus, parts can be kind of sinister, too, can't they? Oh, man, I must be cool. I must be you. I must be losing my train of thought. I was like half reading the chat and half saying something, and like they merged. Yeah, I like that the way it hits though. There's that. What was that? Kick, I guess? Like those instruments. I thought it was over, but then it kicked back in. I like this little last part. I think I like that even better. It's reminding me of like Flying Battery Zone or something. A little bit of Flying Battery vibe. A good way. Yeah, man. It's great. Ooh. Oh, I guess I could have turned off the echo. I think that's it, guys. I think that's the stream. Hey, Chaos Emerald, I see you just made it. You're Shade too, right? Yeah, we're wrapping up here, man. I think that's pretty much it. You are late. You'll have to watch it on repeat if you want. Sorry. But, yeah, thank you all for coming. Thank you as well, Chaos Emerald Syndrome, even if you are late. Hey, man. Better than not showing at all, right? Hang out in the game facts, or hang out in the bound to get, hang out in the Bound to Game Dev Discord. Next time we'll talk more Time Twisted. I want to go through all the issues and stuff. Hopefully next time more people will be here. I think we'll do it on Saturday at around 3. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday, unless I get a wild hair. But I'd rather be working on sprites or art. So I'll probably do that. But anyway, thank you all for showing up. We'll call it here, except for I'll be back in a minute with a last word. Thanks again for you all showing up. Overbound out. Yeah, thanks for coming. I think it's going to be a good year. I think it's going to be a great year for our little community. And we'll have lots more streams, so don't worry. Chaos Emerald Syndrome. There will be more. And if you're around, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, we can talk about the homing shield again and go over some new things people want to add to Time Twisted. So it'll be a good time. Until then, I hope you guys have a good January and take care.